Why does your party think it's so important to stand with Israel?
Because they are the gates of Europe, and if Jerusalem falls, after that Rome falls, and after that Madrid falls, and Paris, if it not already happened, of course. But Israel has to stay strong, and we will stand with them.
So how is the Party for Freedom going, and what's happening in the Netherlands?
Well, at the moment we are saving difficult times because we lost the last elections and we had some internal difficulties. But I think we will overcome this thing, and we will always come back stronger than before. But in the Netherlands things are not so good at the moment. We are now in Israel, the only democracy in the Middle East. And what we see in Western cities, especially also in the Netherlands, is the results and the consequences of mass migration, Islamism. And what we saw, for example, last year in November in Amsterdam was a Jew hunt. Even the left-wing mayor of Amsterdam called it a pogrom. And a few days later, they called it soccer violence. So what you see every time is they are rewriting the history, and Jews in the first place, but then the rest of us are all victims of Islamization, of mass migration. And Geert Wilders' Party for Freedom always stood up against migration, against Islamization, and I'm happy to represent this party in the European Parliament.
So you called it a pogrom, you said even the left-wing mayor did.
Yes.
But obviously we saw in Britain recently, they banned Maccabi football fans because they say their football violence from the Maccabi fans in Amsterdam. So can you tell us what really happened in Amsterdam during that period?
Well, of course you got also some hardcore fans of Maccabi, but you got it from every other football club around the world. But what we saw in Amsterdam was organized, it was planned, and also the Israeli security agencies warned the Dutch authorities that there would be a planned breakout of violence against Jews in our capital city, Amsterdam. And so it is not what the media is telling you. It's Jew hunting in Western Europe, and we stand with Israel, we stand with the Jewish community here, and especially in the Netherlands, and we should call it what it is. And you see it from all the other parties. They are ignoring it. They are even on some occasions enforcing the words, the violence. And we have to stand with the people here of Israel and the people in the Netherlands from the Jewish community, and to show them that we will always stand behind them.
Is it true that there was some collusion between taxi drivers as part of that hunt for Jews?
Yeah, that's the story, and that's also what happened, because for I think about 98% of all the taxi drivers in Amsterdam are Muslims. So then you can throw up the sum, or you can sum it up, and you see what happened. Jew hunting in the streets of Amsterdam, and it was not the only example. What we also saw in Dutch universities was also crazy. I think Himmler would have been proud if he saw what happened in Dutch universities over the past 2 years. International students, dreadlock weirdos, with violence, with occupations, with anti-Semitism, and we have to distance ourselves from it, and we have to get our country back. We have to take back our universities, we have to take back our streets, and we have to make Europe a safe place again, especially for Jews and all the other people.
How did you feel when you saw that the police in the UK were using the pogrom, the hunting of Jews in the Netherlands, to justify banning Jews from a football game there?
Yeah, I think it's, there are nasty politicians, but I think they're using this argument to prevent civil war in their own cities, because they know what they have in their cities. When they look at the Muslim population in their cities, I can understand from their view that they want to prevent anything. But every other football club from all around the world is welcomed in the UK, in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. So we shouldn't treat them differently than other groups. So we stand with them, and we will always be with the people and the fans of Maccabi, and they are, in my opinion, are always welcome in Amsterdam.
Is the Netherlands going to bounce back? Is there hope for the Netherlands, or are we seeing the fall?
I think hope is what keeps us going, but when you look at the facts, it will be a difficult war to win. But we have to win it, because if we don't win, we will die. So,
what's your warning to the world?
My warning to the world is, look at Israel, look what they are doing. They are facing their threats, they are eliminating them, and that's what we should do, because we do like it's normal and we welcome them with social welfare subsidies. And look what they doing here. They know who they are fighting against, and we have to do the same.
What was the vote that Geert Wilders, your party, got in the last couple of elections? How much of the popular vote?
Well, I believe the last elections we earned about 1 million votes. About 2 years ago we won the elections and we won about 1.7 million votes. So we have lost a little bit, but you see now also the rise of other right-wing parties in the Netherlands. But they are not all on like the same line, you know. There are also some parties which are very critical on Israel, for example, and that's for us a red line. We do not want to cooperate with parties who do not support the cause of protect the Western civilization, and that fight starts here in Jerusalem, in Israel.
Why does your party think it's so important to stand with Israel?
Because they are the gates of Europe, and if Jerusalem falls, after that Rome falls, and after that Madrid falls, and Paris, if it not already happened, of course. But you know, Israel has to stay strong, and we will stand with them.
Ezra Levant here, along with Avi Yemini. I'm in Jerusalem for an international conference of leaders against anti-Semitism. To follow all of our journalism, go to rebelnews.com.